I saw somebody say, hold on. Let me read some of these comments. What is reparations to this guy? Don't get all happy so quickly. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know exactly what reparations is to him, but he did admit that there's a structural system of white supremacy that needs to come down. All right. He also did say that white people need to get over it. Someone said they're telling us to get over it. Yes, collectively they are. But he said that they need to get over it and that this may be hard for some of them to hear. And that is true. That's why they don't want you talking about critical race theory. Okay. So these conversations happen one step at a time. No one's just going to wake up overnight and say, oh, okay, let's just do this. People have to have conversations first. That's how it all starts. All right. That's how it all starts. Bloodline says, but never trust your enemy. No one told you to trust your enemy, beloved. At the end of the day, you need to realize who's your enemy and who isn't, because all white people are not your enemy. And that's just a fact. I've told you all numerous of times, there's white people who died fighting for your civil rights. They had no dog in the race, but they fought and died for your civil rights. So all people are not the enemy, and that's just facts. Okay? Now, if you listen to Pastor Dana Stevens on YouTube, you know that he's not your enemy. He admits that we are the true Hebrews, right? All right. He doesn't say anything racist or any of that rhetoric or whatever. He believes in loving all people and treating all people equally. All white people are not your enemies. And if that's what you think, now collectively, yes, because the multitude, the majority, but all white people are not your enemy. That's just facts. Okay, I told you numerous of times about Viola Luisa, who lost her life, 44-year-old white woman who was taking black people back and forth to vote, giving them rides. She got shot in the face by the Klan. Was she your enemy? No, she was not. She lost her life helping black people. Okay, what about the two white men who went down there, and they were Jewish, right? Who went down there with James Chaney to Mississippi to help black people. And they also were killed right along with him. See, here's the thing. The white people that are righteous, the white people who truly have black people's best interests in mind and who want to act as allies and who truly believe that we are owed and deserve reparations, those are the ones that are victimized and demonized by their own people. They're often killed by Klansmen, white supremacist wannabes, and hate groups and things like that. So every white person, John Hines lost his life for fighting for black people, for treating black people equally and addressing them with respect, the same respect that he gave white men. They killed him for that. In fact, he was the first political assassination. Look these things up. It's all throughout history. Don't think that all white people are devils, because they're not. And that's why I specify when I'm talking about racism, I say the racist white people, because I'm not talking about the ones who don't treat us like crap, the ones who don't look down on us. Okay? All right. Because if you want to say all white people are bad, wouldn't you just have to say all black people are? If you want to paint people with the same brush, there's good and bad in every race. All white people are not demons, though many of them are. All right? That's just the fact. And the thing I would also like to say is this. I think I saw someone say that he did this for publicity or whatever. I hardly think he did this for publicity, because you see, most of his customers who buy Ben & Jerry's are white people. You think white people want to hear a white man telling them that they need to give black people reparations, or that they at least need to talk about it, that they have a system of white supremacy that is wrong, that racism is wrong? You think that they want to hear a white man say that black people and brown people have been mistreated in this country? They don't want to hear that. And why do you think the interviewer asked him, or one of them said that you lose business? Yeah, do you think the interviewer asked him, or one of them said that you lose business? Yes, you actually do. Do you know why Sears and Roebuck went out of business? You see, Sears and Roebuck was helping black people. Y'all don't even know that, many of you. Look it up. Why do you think a lot of white people didn't want to shop there? They went out of business. And the sad thing is, some of these people that try to help us, some black people won't even accept their help. And some black people will demonize them and say, oh, they have some type of ulterior motive. Oh, they want to do this, they want to do that. Oh, I don't trust them. At the end of the day, I'm not telling you to trust everybody. But if somebody's trying to reach out to help you, at least listen to what they have to say before you make a judgment call. Because at the end of the day, if you just paint every white person with the same brush and say that they're all demons and all racists and all of that, well, then how are the ones who really want to help going to help you? I'm just saying. Malcolm X says, this man deserves an applause. He spoke pure truth, and I will be supporting his Ben and Jerry's. And you are right, Ahmadiyyah. Not all white people are our enemy. Many of them will help you when you are pulled over on the side of the road. Exactly. And I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you, beloved, for your contribution and your wonderful insight into this topic. Peace, love, and blessings to you. Let me tell you something. This is absolutely, absolutely true. Twice I have been stuck on the road in my lifetime. And guess what? Both times it was a white man who stopped and gave me a lift. Now, I'm not saying a black man didn't give me a lift. Maybe a black man didn't pass by, but nevertheless, it was a white person who helped me. So all white people are not demons, and that's just the fact, okay? And if I gave you that impression that that's what I think from my commentary, that's not what I ever intended, because I've always told you about the white people who fought and died for our civil rights, and they didn't have to. And that's even white people to this day. You know, they get ridiculed. Let me tell you something else that I saw. You know how we see many of these black people being attacked by racist cops? And we see other black people standing around doing nothing, saying nothing, just recording. I saw a video, and you may still be able to find this on YouTube, but I saw a video where a black man was being attacked by racist cops and they were beating the crap out of him, and it was a white man. Black men walked past, didn't say anything, sitting there recording, but a white man jumped in and started fighting the police with him. Okay? And he went to jail just like the black man went to jail. But guess what? He likely saved that black man's life, because the cops clearly could have beat him to death or shot him. Okay? So they took both of them to jail. I didn't see any black people stopping by. So with that all being said, we can't say all white people are bad, all white people are wicked, because that's just not true. Okay? That's just not true. So Bloodline says, hold on, let me read a couple of the comments. This chat's going fast. I'm losing my comments. Bloodline says, no, Queen, I think we all agree with you. Thank you, beloved. Broken Silence says, at the end of the day, it's a good and evil thing. Yes. Fight for Black says, I worked for Sears, and trust me, racists and card-carrying racists were true customers until they read into Sears and Roebuck's donations report. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that was back in 2012. Yes, when they found out that Sears was donating to Black causes, helping Black people, that's when they went out of business. Thank you, beloved, for that wonderful insight. Okay? Now, Michael says there were many white people who helped with the Underground Railroad. Yes! When these Black people were escaping, let me remind y'all of something. When these Black people were escaping slavery, where do you think they hid? Who do you think fed them and gave them a place to hide out? Do you all remember Rosewood when they were killing and massacring all those Black people, men, women, and children? It was a white man who hid many of them in his house, right? It was a white woman who stood out on her porch with a shotgun. Y'all saw that in the movie, but that happened in real life. So at the end of the day, Wokeman says, Queen, once again, you're on point. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Okay, so now with that all being said, let's